little. Not very much, but just a little. And it's perfect outside for it, too. As long as the rain stays away, it's perfect.
Right now it's good. The wind blowing in, starting to get a little brisk out there. The weather's going to change again for the weekend.
Absolutely, yep.
We'll get a weather update, hopefully, from our boy there, Cantori, who is very critical of the NFL and Roger Goodell there. Earlier, if you listened to the NFL at Noon with Jimmy Buck, reporting from the Breeders' Cup and the Clone, some knucklehead earlier, and Tony B right here earlier on 99.7 FM, Tony Basilio Show at TonyBasilio.com, the apps. It's things are growing here at an enormous rate, and if you want to get in with us, we're gonna kick some things off here. I know a lot of folks are wanting to get in. It's week 9 in the NFL. It's college football the Vols sitting here trying to get to 5 wins on the season. I've got a good feeling about it, Law Boy. I think there's 2 things here that play into factor here.
Give it to me.
Is let down possibly by them.
I think so.
A lot of concern there on their part, just hearing Pinkel talk about it a little bit.
Well, Mock is a pretty good quarterback. And he was recruited by Butch Jones.
It's all about eye discipline. I think Justin had it early on. Eye discipline, Jimmy, makes a good quarterback.
Well, it does. I do think quarterback is key.
Hey, don't forget our great friends. We want to thank them as always. WLAF up in beautiful La Follette, right up 75, AM 1450. That's right, WLAF, AM 1450. We can now call home.
Absolutely, yes. They're even archiving the show. It's up on their website.
It's beautiful.
It's awesome.
Also, speaking of archive, I was just told it was great pleasure meeting Basketball Lee here. He's going to be down here joining us here momentarily. Tony B, you should have seen him, man. He had like the big monster bowl. You know, like some of us, like we eat cereal out of I think he was eating like a salad. It was like a monster. It looked like the bowl size that they bring at Olive Garden. Dude had it going on. He had it going on. I mean, seriously. Yes. And that's right. But anyways, great to be back. Welcome into the Neutral Zone. Clone right here, Lot Boy, and the great Bronco ZR bringing us in with some tunes. And you know what? I had a few requests this week. I had some people say, hey, man, keep the music coming. I love it. The sound bites, I don't know.
Love the sound bites.
Okay, all right. It's always nice when I don't have to hit the hotkey. I've got a built-in hotkey over here.
But it is nice, some of the things that we're doing here. To get in with us, again, 865-200-5402, 865-200-5402. How about a T-mail? Anytime, 24/7, 365, 865-544-8657. Very easy, guys. Write that down. 865-544-VOLS. That's right. And we will take your calls here at 200-5402. We'll get to them here in a minute. Go ahead and fill them up, guys. I'm going to ask you to come in strong. It's Halloween. Bring it in here. I don't need a BK call with him calling in. And
what do you think about Weinstein? You think he'll be a first-round pick someday? All right.
Well, I like grabbing a few Reese cups out of the bowl, and Jerry always wants to know where all the candy went. All right. So anyways, here we go. Tough news for the Vols today. Let's go ahead and get that out there. Pretty much a surprise. No one really, I don't know anyone that saw that coming other than Alford's, maybe his runner, somebody who, slipped the money to
Wow.
Kayvon Looney. I mean, really. I mean, you're going to go all the way across country, and you've got Duke, and you've got some likes of Michigan State, and the great Conzo Martin. How do you give that up?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we had something going here, man.
Well, I mean, the bottom line is, Lot Boy, I don't know how critical you and Basilio were last week, but I said this was kind of a make or break.
This is it, man. Sweet 16 or bust for me.
But I will say this. I agree with Marty, a.k.a. GQF. I agree with him.
it might be this might be a blessing that we didn't get this kid. I mean, because if we get a one and done or a 2-year stud like that, I mean,
when's the last time we've had a one?
I mean, is it going to prolong the inevitable here? I mean, there's the bottom line. We might just have to flush Conzo out of here. I mean, if he doesn't get it done this year, and I don't mean just making the tournament. I mean, let's talk about. I told Robbie the other day there. I mean, I'd do anything. I ain't gonna go to extreme there, but I'll just tell you this: I'd do anything to get Bruce Pearl back. I mean, let's get real.
Yeah, man, yeah.
I mean, you know. But anyways, 865-254-02. Let us know what's on your mind, and we will break it down. A lot of news and notes.
Cody, I think Terrell Pryor's still running. I think he should have just kept
my
running.
goodness.
I think he should have kept running on into the tunnel like Bo Jackson did there.
My goodness, where is the recovery with that defense? They can keep guys in front, but
he can run.
He can run, but you still got to have somebody in that secondary that should catch him.
I agree. He left every one of them behind, man.
My goodness. Unbelievable. Tony Gonzalez happy that all the trade talk is over with. Can the Miami Hurricanes slow down listen, for all the talk of Winston with Florida State, and by most folks that you hear, I did not get a chance to hear Hughie today on with Tony Basilio, but really, man, you have a hard time finding somebody that knows the NFL and knows the game like he does as far as how these college prospects translate into success into the NFL level. But I'll tell you what, I don't know if he touched on this or not, but Winston, you're already hearing 4 or 5 GMs around the league telling guys like Chris Mortensen, Mike Mayock, that he would be the number 1 pick if he came out now.
Wow.
I haven't seen enough of that. He looks good, but man, I don't know that I would put him over at Derek Carr right now. I mean, I think his ceiling, and that's what they look at. You know, they'll go grab, they'll go grab a guy, who was the guy last year, sophomore out of Fresno State, the basketball player.
Can't think of his name right off.
You know what I'm talking about, the 2 guard that'll probably wind up playing the 2 and the 3 on the NBA level. He gets drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers. But those types of guys, their ceiling is so high. That's why a Kobe Bryant right out of high school or a Kevin Garnett, they don't look at them just as right then. Sure, there's 7, 8, 10 players in that draft better than them right then, and that may fit the system, but they're willing to punt that season or a couple to get the guy with the enormous ceiling, not just the, hey, so-so 12, 14 points and 7 boards. They want the guy that is the filet mignon. Let it age, the process there, and this guy's going to be a 10 to 15-year Hall of Fame level player. As the man back here bringing us in with some tunes, we love it right here. We love to hear from you, 865-254-02. Again, thanks to the folks up at WLAF AM 1450. Making it home for us as you can go to their website and check it out. Again, WLAF AM 1450 up in beautiful La Follette. And I tell you what, I guarantee you the wind is howling up there, baby.
I bet.
Higher elevations up 75, and I tell you what, man, I've been coming over Jellicoe before, and those trucks and everything. That's some hairy driving right there, buddy. Especially when that wind's blowing up on the mountain. Well, I don't know. But anyways, get on in with us, 865-254-02. Lot Boy. So here we are. And hopefully here in a little while, Sterl the Pearl might be joining us. We'll see if we can't run him down.
What's going on, big baby?
And who knows? But so what do you see to this point? I think the last time I was on here with you, my Broncos were still undefeated. Not anymore. And I said it all year. There's concerns with their defense. Again, as well as I liked getting Welker, they needed defense to replace Dumerville, and you did not know. I would be willing to say right now, I don't even know if you get a whole season with their star on defense, because he misses his meeting there the other day. I mean, how do you disrespect a judge
And you know Fidel Goodell is going to drop the hammer on this guy eventually. If Pat Bowlen doesn't, I mean, certainly.
He can't help you if he's not on the field. That's all I know.
Von Miller, of course, that we're talking with.
I mean, gosh, he's such a game changer, though. I mean, when he's in there, man, you have to adjust offensively and account for where that guy's at.
Yeah, he's a game changer. Okay, so the BCS standings coming out, bowl projections early on right now. Can Tennessee A get to a bowl? It looks promising right now, somewhat. Not a shoe-in, certainly, but can they get out of state? Here's my thing. I've heard some people say locally here, I don't want to go to no stinking bowl in Birmingham. I don't really want to go. I don't want to go to Nashville. Let me say something that there is something positive if you get to the last time I looked at it, the Music City Bowl would be a heck of a lot better than the Birmingham Bowl.
I agree with that.
2 reasons. It's obviously a little more prestigious, but the biggest thing is think about traveling. You get fans go down there. That's more money. It's more orange in the stands. Here's the biggest draw. Here's the biggest reason why that would be huge. Do you realize how many underclassmen are being recruited by Butch Jones?
It's about eye discipline. I think
have to make it. Have to make it.
You've got to go down there and be impressive, win a game. That's bigger than people think. If you think about it for a second, think about what this guy's doing.
Brick by brick, we're laying the foundation, and it's all about eye discipline.
Here's the bottom line, Tony Schiavone. If he gets that game, if you beat your in-state Vanderbilt, and then you go down there, you take care of business against Kentucky, obviously, and then you beat Vanderbilt here, and then you go down there in their backyard, and you rub it in their faces, rub their nose in it right there. So how's that taste right there, ball-headed baller? And
I hate that guy.
But I'm telling you, the guy can coach. The guy,
there's no doubt.
Give him credit for what he's done with that program.
I do.
You know,
I do.
You got to have respect. But you
don't
can't
have to
stand
like
him.
the guy.
No, you don't have to like him. But here we go. They go down there and play in that bowl game and represent. Man, I'm telling you, that is huge. Not just for 14, but for 2015 and beyond. There are 15 and 16 players in the state, in the mid-state, and out west, a little further than that, that if you go in and look at some of the 15 and 16 kids and look at how strong the mid-state is, that's huge for us.
It is. Does the Music City take like the fourth place ACC game?
Yes.
Fourth place.
Yeah. And it used to be the Big Ten.
Right.
And then it switched up. Yes, I want to say it's the fourth ACC.
It's something like that.
And, I'm sure we'll hear from front runner, bandwagon, jumper, BK. I'm sure he'll call in and he'll drop.
I got to give them credit, though. They are a little bit better than I thought they were. I did not think that they would go into Clemson and thank you, Jacoby. Even if you win the game, I didn't think they would go in there and just lay it down on them like that. But
absolutely. Thanks to the folks up at WLAF AM 1450 in La Follette for allowing us to be a part as 1450 WLAF. And we will, we are gonna take a break here in just a second. I want to thank our good friend Cedar Bluff Plumbing,
Absolutely.
Smoothie King. Calhoun's obviously great supporters of the Tony Basilio Show and Network.com, the whole umbrella. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back, eat local, eat good. We'll see you on the other side.
Hey, is this Eddie's Auto? Yeah, it's Ed. Well, who's this here? It's Ed. Well, it's Bill Morgan up here just this side of Maryville. Yeah. Listen, I've bought a oil filter off of you here a while back, and I believe my car's blowed up now. And, well, they told me to take it down there and you'd pay for it. Pay for what? Pay for the motor. Who told you that? They told me at Maynardville. They did. They said, if you don't, whoop you.
At B&M Tires, they won't blow your motor up. They stand behind buying what they sell, you won't have to ask for your money back. And at B&M Tire, they get to know their customers well. And no one yet had to go back down there and whoop anybody. That B&M Tire.
So you gonna pay for it? I ain't paying for anything. I don't even know what you're talking about. Huh? It's a small filter. I bought it off of you fair and square. Don't you stand behind what you say? I'll be down there for the day. I'll be right here. Huh? You keep on. I'll be there. You just come right on.
Joe White at Benny Roberts. They take the cuss out of customer service. It's B&M Tire.
Huh? Somebody could get whooped over this.
Tennessee Saturday Night with me, Tony Basilio.
Brought to you this hour by Jeff Sweat Investment Services.
I'm always happy to help you with your financial needs. Please call me at 423-566-4000. 566-4000. We feature securities offered through LPL Financial. Call me at 423-566-4000 for tax-advantaged investments. 566-4000. We specialize in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and IRAs.
Jeff Sweat Investment Services.
423-566-4000. 566-4000.
Did you know Holston Gas's 121 School Street across from Jacksboro Middle School has a service tech on call for you 24/7? And did you know Holston can set you up on summer payments so you don't have those big winter heating bills? No matter who you currently use, Holston can trade out that propane tank. And they can fill customer-owned cylinders too. Plus, Holston fills gas grill tanks for just $14. Have you seen their brand new showroom? Check it out today. Call for more information at 562-7596. Holston Gas is across from Jacksboro Middle School.
The boys are back at Minton's Tire and Service Center. Susie Minton welcomes back Earl, Chuck, and Emmett to Minton's Tires. You missed them, Earl Delk and Chuck Delk and Emmett Latner. All three of them are now back at Minton's Tire and Service Center. Susie says Minton's sells tires, but it is also a full service center for your vehicle, from oil changes to tune-ups and everything in between. Minton's Tires and Service Center continues its tradition of quality tires, sales, and extra special service you've been accustomed to over the years. Next time you're by, tell Susie Minton you heard her ad here on WLAF. Minton's Tire and Service Center on the 4-lane near Lowe's.
Now is the time to experience Beltone's newest digital technology at no cost or obligation. Beltone is conducting in-office trials of their state-of-the-art hearing aids. After your free hearing analysis, you'll be asked to evaluate sound, comfort, and cosmetic appearance.
Call Beltone in La Follette, 423-201-4600, 201-4600, 201-4600.
Chicken tenders with Frank's Red Hot Sauce at Hardee's for a limited time participating restaurants.
Let him in. Little old lady got mutilated late last night. Werewolves of London again. Hey! Werewolves of London. Werewolves of London. Here comes that dangerous man.
Well, everybody goes to the out trick or treating. That
hairy-handed gent ran amok in Kent. Lately he's been overheard in Mayfair. You better stay away from him. He'll rip your lungs out, Jim. And he's looking for James Taylor.
So are you buying stock in NFL players? 49ers tied in Vernon Davis next to get stock. First we had Taco Foster.
Right.
And, I don't know. I just hadn't really looked at it. We get our resident portfolio investor guru / guru.
Take a look at that.
The Beeve. Get the Beeve.
Beautiful clothes. Beautiful clothes.
Hey, got some exciting stuff we're working on, and Beeve is kind of helping out with that. Basketball league.
When I went in the other room, I could hear him upstairs. It's
I'll tell
very
you what.
distinct voice.
Yeah, I mean, I like basketball league. I mean, he just tells it like it is. I mean,
he does.
Lonzo's got to get it done. I mean, let's get real. Hey, speaking of my boy Philly, I'm hoping my boy Philly. I was over at the Y, working with the kids.
Right.
Keys. He's working with the Keys, and 13 and 14s, their attention spans,
about 2 millimeters
about
long.
That much. Yeah, exactly. So we're sitting there and we're working out. Well, coming into the gym comes old man Sibley, who I played some rec ball with him, and dude can ball. He was like all conference at TCU as a 2-guard, and so his son, who's being heavily recruited, Devin Sibley out in Carnes, he comes in there and man, sweet game. He's got a sweet jump shot. Sibley comes in there, and we shooting around a little bit. And I was just telling him, I said, I can't believe it's a Paul Slop at Conzo hadn't even given this guy a phone call. I mean, you got Stanford and you got Arizona State already knocking on the guy's door. Let's get real. Well, let's get back on the phone here. Let's go ahead and bring Dustin in here.
My boy.
Dustin, what's up, buddy? Welcome into the Neutral Zone.
What's up, man?
Glad to be here, man. Lot boy, what's going on, brother?
What's up, man? Terrell Pryor still running.
Well, okay.
That's a shock, but that's what I was fixing to ask you about the kid out in Carnes, and just to hear it again that he's not even being talked to is just, I don't know, man. That's another sign that I don't know. I just can't. I don't know if he's going to get it done here, guys. And losing the Looney kid, I didn't see him coming here in the first place. I don't know. His game doesn't really fit what Conzo's trying to do. I mean, I don't see him wanting to slow down the pace to Snell and play hurry up defense or pressure defense. His game is not that it at all. He's best at UCLA, where he can fun and gun out there.
Yeah, and the one thing, my assessment of looking at where would this kid fit in, and I'm speaking in regards to Devin Sibley. Sibley would be a nice jump shooter. You can't have enough of that on your team.
No.
His problem would be defending, in the perimeter. It would be defending the quicker guards on the SEC level. That would be a concern. I'm sure they've looked at that, but I can't honestly say that he would be an absolute, SEC D1. I thought he was last year when I saw him at times, but he does take some plays off. I mean, the kid's got a sweet jump shot. He's not nearly as quick as a Jalen Steele was. Looking at that, if you can get a guy that can make shots from the perimeter and be that threat, then it opens up the game for a guy like Hubbs. It opens up the game for the lane for Maimons and the Josh Richardson, who's not going to beat you from outside. And that guy, poor guy, needs to be shooting 1,000 a day, mid-range jump shots.
You're right, but I mean, if you can get by with Josh Richardson just playing defense, that could kind of cover up for a kid. If bald guy Trey Golden can play for as long as he did play 12 years here, he still can't guard anybody. So if he can do it, then Stribley can masquerade something. I think he has a better shot than Golden. That's how it is.
I agree.
If he can play as long as he did here in the SEC, then
I agree.
I mean, if he can play in Stanford, he can play at ASU, he can play here at Tennessee. We're not exactly, the 2 or 3 year type of guy. So I think his game would be beneficial to Tennessee than anywhere else.
There's no way he could be worse than Trey Golden. No way.
No, you're exactly right. And something else you guys were talking about, the Jameis Winston. Yeah, he did great. He did great against Clemson, but let's see him play somebody with a little bit more speed, somebody like an SEC type defense. Everybody's buying into his upside. I really haven't seen him really do much of anything against Clemson's the best team he's played yet. I mean, I'm not down the kid. I mean, Jarvis been on the Jameis Winston train forever, but say he's going to come out he could come out and play NFL right now. I'm not buying that.
Yeah, and I think what NFL GMs are looking at are certainly, they're not looking at, hey, this is a plug and play right away. Unfortunately, that's where, with the contracts and everything, that's where most of these teams are now, the pressure. Hey, if you're going to draft a guy 1, by God, he better play by at least week 4, 6, somewhere in there. But, at least get him through the bye, and then let's throw him to the Wolves. But to your point, I don't know that, to me, could he be a top 5 pick based on ceiling? Yeah, maybe if he goes to the right situation where they don't need him to play right now. Kind of set him right now and let him, have a half a season behind somebody. But I agree with Dustin a little bit. I want to see him against some better, some really good speed. I think the thing that I've noticed here is the separation, and again, to me, Taj Boyd still impresses the heck out of me with his ability to make plays, extend plays.
My next question was going to be, how much has Winston had to face with pressure in his
I'm going to say this, outside of Sammy Watkins being that one serious threat that Boyd has, I think Florida State's, their wide receivers are not getting enough credit. They've got some really nice talent outside.
I seen Taj Boyd get beat to death by LSU last year.
I tell you, man, I still believe I take Bridgewater right now. I mean, I know the hype and it's big right now. You know what? It's just like, you know, when you had the Fab Five come out and everybody was just all over, you know, Jalen Rose and Chris Webber. Sure, those guys. And we're in NBA teams, Dustin, not looking at the ceiling there. I'll take those guys top 5. But take me, you're going to take one of those guys, and I know, I mean, I'm saying because I'm not a Duke fan, but if you take like a Bobby Hurley or a Grant Hill on the college level, were dynamite, and they were the glue to their team, but their ceiling in the NFL just did not project as high as one of those guys. And that's why, unfortunately, that's where GMs and presidents look at. They look at 3 and 4 years down the road.
Well, that's true, but honestly, Cloney, and I don't really see that day happening again with you draft somebody really high and you set them on a bench for a year, maybe 2, and let them learn the game. Those days are over.
Yeah.
These kids ain't playing by week 4 and 5. There's something wrong with those kids.
Winston throws a great ball, though. I mean, he really does.
Touch, but you know, he has a lot of weapons around him. That Benjamin kid, 6'5", a monster. So he has a lot of good weapons around him. I'm not taking nothing away from him either. But you know, getting back to what I was saying, if somebody like Winston came out, there would be pressure on everybody from day one for him to come in and play. Like you look at Geno Smith up in the Jets, he wasn't ready. He's still not ready, but he was forced in because the Jets don't have a quarterback, and they don't want a quarterback. They want him to come in and play.
Yeah, and you know, you look at the teams and the needs. Obviously, a guy like Bridgewater, a Derek Carr, those guys are going to be there. You know, the guy, the kid out at outside linebacker, Anthony Barr, is an absolute beast. And a team like your Steelers, if they're sitting there, they're going to want to go after a guy like that. Obviously, Clowney's going to go to the combine, and he'll probably blow people away. And the guy does take plays off. That'll be a concern. You're already seeing it with your boy there, Jarvis Jones. That was my knock on him. And apparently he takes plays off in practice. So we talking about practice.
It's good to see Allen Iverson come back last night there at the Sixers game.
I mean, honestly, they made a big deal about him retiring last night. I thought he retired like 7 years ago when those games picked him up.
And he showed up in G-style fashion, too, didn't he?
65 years old, still rocking the sideways hat.
Yeah, he was. He sure was.
Did you see what it
flat
was?
Bill.
It was a flat bill.
Yeah, it was a flat bill.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Hey, appreciate it, man. You know, here's the thing. This is going to be one of the deeper drafts that we're going to see. You're talking 3 or 4 solid quartquarterbacks, franchise-level quarterbacks.
I think so.
You know, you got guys like Hagman, the big D tackle from Minnesota, is on the rise. We got to take a break. Let's catch a break. WLAF, AM 1450 up in La Follette. We want to thank them. We'll catch you guys here on the other side.
Tony B here for Pop's Wine & Liquor, Powell, Tennessee's friendliest liquor store. Pop serves North Knoxville with the largest liquor store, offering a wide selection of wines and liquors at the most competitive prices in town. So whether you're looking for the perfect wine for collecting, that special dinner, wedding, party planning, or a wine for everyday consumption, Pop's staff will give you the perfect suggestion. David at Pop's Wine & Liquor invites all his Campbell County friends to stop in for the best prices. Only a few minutes drive down I-75 off Emory Road. Pop's Wine & Liquor.
Real Tennessee hickory smoked meats and all the fixins. Got you thinking? Well, if you're thinking like I'm thinking, then you're thinking about KP's Barbecue. Real Tennessee hickory smoked meats and all the fixins. Keith Phillips with KP's Barbecue is ready to cater your next event on the tailgate, at the park, at the church, at the reunion. Get the idea? No event is too big for KP's Barbecue. Did you know that KP's can feed 25 people for a total of $75? Call 423-494-1795. And when Keith gets out from behind the smoker, he'll call you back. 494-1795.
This is Cougar head football coach Justin Price. This season, see and hear all the fun and excitement of Campbell County High School football on the WLAF Sports Network.
This is 1450 WLAF. La Follette and East Tennessee's home for
Tennessee Saturday night.
with me, Tony Basilio.
Okay. Welcome back into the neutral zone. I'm hoping our balls will get better cruise news than Collinsville did today.
Oh, we got a little college football here on a pain-free Thursday. Neutral zone. My boy Sterl the Pearl here hollering at me here. We're going to get him in here in just a moment. The Pearl. Can't answer it while I'm on the phone, Broader. We'll get back in here. Neutral zone, 1450 WLAF. We want to thank those fine folks up in La Follette as we got a little South Florida and Houston right here. Houston with an early 7-3 lead, 5 and change. First half, 2nd and 6. And he throws a little bubble screen. It's Fumba Nelly. That was definitely an incomplete pass. But anyways, we are live right here in the Tony Basilio studios. Get in with us, 865-200-5402. And NFL Thursday night football, Cincinnati, the Bungles, and the Dolphins. So we ought to see if the Dolphins can get things going here, as they have struggled here recently. No running game whatsoever. Lamar Miller was one of those guys that a lot of folks, myself included, felt like he would be a breakout. That offensive line just isn't happening, as Houston is putting together a nice little drive here. The Cougars. Hey, clown, I'm all about a cougar. Woo! And
he's gone.
Who was that? Yeah, man, yeah. Hey, we haven't had a TR call in a while.
He's listening though. Now I got information from somewhere that said he's left a couple of T-mails.
Yeah, man, yeah. Well,
So-
and you know what's funny is, it's funny, hearing some of the T-mails, and you can leave one as well, 865-544-VOLS, 544-8657, as we're watching a little college football. We are live right here on a Halloween edition, pain-free Thursday right here. Get in with us, as Dustin already has. And how long will it be before BK will chime in and respond to that Jameson Winston bashing
I don't know.
that he took right there?
You came out of the gate, told him, we didn't need his phone call, and in a
He
lot
got
of
to
ways,
bring it.
in a lot of ways, we don't need his phone call. But I would like to hear a little bit about it. Yeah.
And that's interesting. You know what though? I'll say this: it's healthy that both of those programs are.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Florida State's been there. They just got to, they need to kick the door in. Basically, it's been teed up. There's tons of talent on that team. It's time for Jimbo Fisher, Handsome Fulmer, to get it done down there.
Winston was redshirt freshman.
Mm-hmm.
He's a redshirt. Okay.
Well, he is. He's a pretty good quarterback.
A lot can happen between now and then. I can't make him the first round first round pick of the draft. Sorry, photo.
I need my flat bill on right here as we're live here on Neutral Zone. La Boy the Clone and the great Bronco ZR. We want to thank the fine folks, 1450 WLAF up in beautiful La Follette, for making it home for us, and they're archiving. Also, check it out, archive on the app. That's right.
Excellent.
Get on the app,
Excellent.
Tony Basilio app. You can go to the website and download the app if you haven't, free via Android and iPhone. Little live version right there. Thank you. Little Pharrell light.
Get to meet Basketball League.
Basketball
was so
League.
cool, man. I've
Yes.
been listening to him call
Yes.
for so many years.
Yes.
And finally getting to meet him.
That's right.
Awesome.
That's right. That's right. Oh, man. The Hooper Hyperexpialidocious is always ferocious. Man, look at this guy right here. He's bumbling.
You had a photo session. I can't take you anywhere.
Oh, my goodness. My goodness. La Boy, you're going places, I'm telling you. when Basilio met you and said, I love that guy. He's got the Bon Jovi hair and the members-only jacket.
Talking about, baby. Yeah, man, yeah.
Neutral Zone with Clone right here on 1450 WLAF up in beautiful La Follette. And, wow, what a throw to the corner right there. And broken up nicely by the safety help over there. Houston 7-3 with about 2.5 in the first quarter. If anyone cares,
Clone, I've got Houston to score 14 in the first quarter. Clone.
How you like this? Here's your Thursday night college football.
Hit it.
Thursday night college football lineup is as follows. The game we're watching here currently: South Florida at Houston, Ross at North Texas.
Sounds like what I had for dinner.
Louisiana Monroe at Troy. And the best game of the night doesn't even come on until 10:30, and that's Arizona State at Washington State. How's that your...
Get you some of that. I bet
that's
you
your
our
Thursday
boy
night
Jerry
football
Colquitt.
lineup.
Hey, Jerry Colquitt will be up watching that game, I guarantee you. Yes. I love getting Jerry in and
I do too, man.
I didn't know how he would take it at first when Jimmy asked him some quarterback questions. Get the little laugh going there. It's all good. Hey, my boy, I wonder if you'd do me a favor here real quick.
Let's go. Go ahead.
Okay, can you set long enough? I think your fan base will be okay with this. If you would set the headphones down.
Absolutely.
For just a second. Give my boy Pearl a call back and tell him to get into the neutral zone. He has to dial the other. You got his number? Okay, you got his number. Call him up. There you go, outside the studio. There you go, excellent, right here. Okay, while he's doing that, I guess while Lot Boy, who is the entertainment of the show, we will break it down real quick. Fantasy questions for tonight. Bengals 6-2. They're 2-2 on the road. The Dolphins 1-2 at home. They're 3-4. They're trying to get back to 500. I tell you what, there's not been the hottest quarterback going right now. No, sir, it's not. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not Peyton Manning out in the Mile High. It is Andy, the redhead Dalton, big red machine right there, as Houston's struggling to punch it in right here on South Florida. But I tell you what, South Florida, not too bad when you're in the state of Florida and you're getting the leftovers. They've got some talent there, a couple of real nice NFL prospects there on the defensive side of the ball. Tannehill has struggled here of late. Only 2 touchdowns is thrown his last 3 games. Lamar Miller must be on a milk carton. I haven't seen this guy all year. In fact, you could argue Daniel Thomas has the backup is getting he's the vulture. He's getting the goal line touches there. Hey, you know what? I think tonight, though, I think the Bengals, all the talk there with now having 2 dynamite wide receivers right there, I'm still not really high on their passing game tonight. Sure, Andy Dalton could do well. He's hot right now. But the biggest thing right now is Miami Dolphins, and I brought this up today on the NFL at noon with Jimmy Buck and Tony B. The Dolphins have only given up 1 receiving touchdown all season long to opposing wide receiver. So keep that in mind. You're not going to take A.J. Green out of your lineup unless you're just crazy. But you just don't take a guy out like that. I had people emailing me the past couple of weeks. Do I take Forte out? Do I take I don't know, man. I don't know if I should start Aaron Rodgers. You keep those guys in. They're studs. They're there for a reason. Eventually, they're gonna pay off for you. A guy that has not paid off for me and many others in fantasy circles has been C.J. Spiller. And there's a guy that has just not lived up to the hype. Certainly he was looking good the season before last, but just not been the same right there as a lot going on there with the new offense. Doug Marrone. Fred Jackson has just been consistent. If you look up consistency, it is Fred Jackson. But anyways, we need to take a quick break. Neutral Zone will return here in just a moment. Again, we want to thank the fine folks, 1450 AM WLAF up in La Follette, as well as TonyBasilio.com. We'll be back right after these messages.
The following is an actual recorded telephone call.
Stand straight. Well, I bought a rim here. It's been about 8 months ago, and this must have been crooked, but it's wore my tar down to nothing. And I'm going to have to get me a new tar out the deal and a new rim, and possibly a realignment job. And what do you want me to do? Well, I want you to pay for a new tar and rim realignment. Well, somebody's going to pay for the thing.
Ed Roy Mullins just known about B&M Tire of Jacksboro. All this could have been avoided. Joe Whitey, Benny Roberts, they take the cuss out of customer service. It's B&M Tire.
You saying you ain't going to pay? I ain't going to pay. Somebody could get whooped over this.
Tell your neighbor you heard it on WLAF La Follette.
Did you know Holston Gas's 121 School Street across from Jacksboro Middle School has a service tech on call for you 24/7? And did you know Holston can set you up on summer payments so you don't have those big winter heating bills? No matter who you currently use, Holston can trade out that propane tank. And they can fill customer-owned cylinders, too. Plus, Holston fills gas grill tanks for just $14. Have you seen their brand new showroom? Check it out today. Call for more information at 562-7596. Holston Gas is across from Jacksboro Middle School.
Stream us online, 1450WLAF.com.
Basilio here from my friends at Cash and Carry Building Supply in La Follette. Everybody knows JB and Kippy Leach have been Tennessee Vol fans for a long, long time. And you likely know that Cash and Carry Building Supply is your locally owned building supply store for all Campbell County. Right now, save on vanity and bath cabinets, 20% off. That's at your locally owned and operated building supply store, Cash and Carry Building Supply, on South Indiana Avenue in La Follette. Yep, same place it's been for more than 25 years, Cash and Carry Building Supply, South Indiana Avenue in La Follette.
You select the roof, we'll install it. We're your locally owned roofing company. We're Valley Roofing. We're located right here in La Follette in the old Woodson Shopping Center, and we specialize in quality metal roofing and quality shingles, and of course, all at reasonable prices. Here at Valley Roofing, we're insured and bring more than 25 years of experience to your job site. Whether you live right here in town or in a surrounding community, we'll be there. We're Valley Roofing, 423-566-6561. 566-6561.
This is Campbell County High School head football coach Justin Price, and this is my radio station, 1450 WLAF.
The tradition continues at All-Star Awards. The old Al Carl Rutherford founded All-Star Awards years ago. Nowadays, Carl's son David carries on the tradition his father started at All-Star Awards. In addition to the classiest trophies and plaques at the most reasonable prices, All-Star Awards now does printed T-shirts and does lamination. Look for David and All-Star Awards in the A-frame. That's across the street from the Sonic in West La Follette. Or give him a call at 423-562-6761.
At the end of the day, why not unwind with the Rewind? The Trading Post Rewind, weekdays at 4 on 1450 WLAF.
You're listening to 1450 WLAF, home of Les Martin and Brent Allen of Just Sports. Every Tuesday and Thursday from 9 to 10. 1450 WLAF.
Guillermo Snooze Mo. You never could let a bumper breathe anyway, man. You'd like stepping all over it before it even heard the first 3 notes of the song. So you might as well come in and go out dry from now on, man. Like I say, you and Vino, love to walk and talk all over a freaking bumper and then brag about it when you can't even hear it in the background. So more power to you there, Guillermo Snooze Mo.
Appreciate the contribution by TR there.
Unbelievable. Hey, we haven't done this in a while, but by request, actually, and who do we have on? I'm sorry, we have online 1450 WLAF up in La Follette. These guys will probably kick us off the air after they hear this. This is what we know in these parts are known as
the square table. It's
the square table. Yes. Sorry, I was viewing a Robert Hughley, WBBL. I had a people texting me here. So here we are, and we want to thank Mike Handman for coming in and being the moderator here. we've got a host of characters here. Thank you, Jimmy. We've got Jimmy Ryams. Jimmy, how are you doing this evening?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. The studio is real nice. It turned out real good. We've got we're going to bring Sterl the Pearl in here too here in just a moment. Sterl, hold tight right there. My good friend. I know he'll always protect my blind side. And
That's what I'm talking about, big baby.
Let's go ahead and get Mike Weird in here. Mike, how you doing?
Wait a minute. I thought I was the moderator.
No. Let's get Mike Weird in here. Mike, how you doing?
Well, I'm glad to be here. It's phenomenal. GQF on hold, a.k.a. Marty, Sterl, the Pearl coming up. It doesn't get any finer than the square table. Law Boy, I don't know how you do it. You want to be the moderator? Why don't you throw the questions out there? We've got the new BCS standings. If you want to ask, is there a question in there that you want to ask the panel? And Doc Rudder is here as well.
Yeah, I'm here, baby. You gotta wait to save the best for the last, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Out of the top 5, who's got the greatest chance of losing?
Well, I'll kick this off right here. I think the team that will not lose is Ohio State. With that being said, I think they're going to lose in the end. I don't think they play. I think their cupcake schedule. I like the quarterback. I thought he's a good quarterback. I think obviously they're still giving away tattoos up there because he's getting the players in there. But I got to say, I think the team that could jump them is got to be the Baylor Bears.
I think you totally dodged the question. Who is the team that's going to lose is going to have an L in the column there?
Well, I don't see Oregon losing. I don't see Alabama losing.
All right, look, you've had enough airtime. Just shut up for a minute.
My gosh.
All right, look, here we go.
The team I think is going to lose is going to be Stanford. And staying on cue here, back into the square table. Let me tell you something, baby. I love this Stanford team, and I think this team can slow Oregon down. But if UCLA can't even slow them down, baby, I think Stanford's better than UCLA as an entire program right now. Got a better quarterback, Jimmy. That's right, a quarterback. And but I think Oregon's going to run away with that by 3 touchdowns. They're just a different cat this year, baby. And I don't know. I'd like to hear what Dr. Lou would say. Hey, listen, I think Oregon's a good football team, X's and O. Florida State, Jamie Winston's a heck of a quarterback. This guy's a good quarterback. He makes good decisions with the ball. And I think this team down there is going to be good. I think they're going to make Tommy Bowden proud down there to be a Seminole.
All right. Wasn't Tommy the one that recruited all the thugs at Auburn? Yes. Yeah, Tommy, undefeated season and got beat out of the national championship. He had Cadillac and Ronnie Brown. It was a phenomenal two-headed monster.
Thank you. Let's go to Virgil in Vestal Springs. Virgil, you're on the Square Table Call-In Show.
Hey, I just wondering if y'all think Baylor's quarterback, if he would fit Butch Jones' system, and why Butch didn't take him.
Well, Butch Jones did not recruit him. That was a Lane Kiffin rejected him, and the quarterback, a pretty good quarterback over in Clemson. Clemson known to have good quarterbacks. And we're talking about Taj Boyd.
Coach Lou, what's that quarterback's name that they're talking about?
Well, we're talking about the guy at you're talking about at Oregon, Mariota.
At Baylor.
I don't know. Help me out here.
Petty.
Oh yeah, Kyle Petty. He was pretty good.
Yeah, Kyle Petty was. I think he rides Harleys now and sports a ponytail.
All right, I'll tell you what, we got a quarterback in here. Let's bring him in here. Enter the neutral zone. Let's keep it rolling here. Square Table edition.
Let me do it with great honor. The guy that always has my blind side, Sterl the Pearl. Sterl, how you doing? Yo, Sterl, are you there? Well, I think you're going to have to get a better cell. Can you hop back on a different line?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go right ahead, loud and clear. How you doing? Pretty good quarterback.
I'm feeling good, baby. I'm feeling good. Feeling brand new.
Well, I tell you what. Every time I see you, you're rejuvenated, refreshed.
Excellent shape, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean he's just he's amazing. And tell the folks what you're doing over there during the timeouts now. I think Butch Jones has done a lot of good things, but one of the best things is he has really, with the help of you, has really pumped some energy into the stadium.
Well, that's what we're trying to do, get the energy flowing, baby. It's a new deal. It's brick by brick. And the brick takes energy to bring to the stadium.
Talk
and
about
it takes
eye
energy
discipline.
to lay the bricks. So brick by brick, we're doing something in the orange this year, baby.
Well, and talking about the eye discipline, and I know 16 right there, Sterl the Pearl would be excellent with the read option. What do you see Joshua Dobbs doing with this offense, taking it to the next step?
Well, he has the tools. He has the tools to be a great one, man. I mean, he's built like a guy that wore number 10 back in the mid-'80s. So, he has the tools. His arm is strong. I had the privilege of going to practice yesterday and Tuesday, and I tell you, man, I like what I see about this young guy. He's got a presence about him that's unlike any true freshman I've seen. So I'm excited to see his performance Saturday, baby. I'm looking to see big things.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like 16, man. Back in the day, man. Hey.
Wait, 16, the original 16, not the digital 16.
Yeah, man, yeah, the original, like Colonel Sanders, man, the original recipe, man. They ain't no fake baked chicken, man. You can't come in here with that weak stuff, man.
You better know what I'm talking about, baby. You better
You hear what I'm saying?
Pearl, get in here, Lot Boy. Pearl, good to have you, man. Pearl, this is Lot Boy. You doing okay?
Man, I'm feeling like I'm 19, and I'm just ready to rock and roll, big dog. Why must I chase that cat? Not let the dog get me, because Smokey's gonna chase some tiger cats on Saturday.
Woo!
Atomic dog beat down in Missouri. You want to be from the Show Me State? Well, the big orange monster match is coming to show you what SEC football is all about.
Pearl, you've seen your fair amount of college football this year.
Well, he has.
Who's your best quarterback? Who's the best quarterback in college football right now? Is it Manziel? Is it Marcus Mariota? Is it Teddy Bridgewater? Who do you think?
Well, I love all three of the guys you just mentioned, Lot Boy. My humble opinion, A.J. McCarron.
A.J. McCarron.
A.J. McCarron is special behind that sentiment. He does some things that, people that had the privilege and honor to play the position really can pick up on. Now, Manziel, I think he's fabulous. He makes it happen. I think Bridgewater is a great quarterback. I think Oregon quarterback, Mariota, he's a great quarterback. My opinion, all of them are elite at the position, but I would go with A.J. McCarron.
I think, don't you think his game probably translates best to the NFL than any of the other ones?
Well, it's hard to say now. I would say that, 20 years ago. Now it doesn't matter. Them guys, the NFL wants you to win and win now, and you have to have some other things you bring into the table when you're behind that center because defenses are so fast. I mean, you got defensive ends that are faster than tailbacks. It's just as fast as receivers.
There's a lot of zone.
I thought it was an anomaly when we used to see Sean Bryson and Peerless Price race each other. One playing fullback, one being an all-SEC receiver in practice, and Sean Bryson beating them. Once you think it was an anomaly to see Horace Morris outrunning Aaron Hayes, but those are things that are happening out in the real world where that's just the way the game is gone. And so you have to have some abilities to get yourself out of trouble, when you're back there behind that center. Even the great Peyton Manning is using his feet a little bit more than he's ever used because of the nuances that defense is throwing at him. So you have to be able to move, you have to want to move the offense down the field nowadays.
Pearl, man, I've been saying it for years, and look, I love when a Peyton Manning's in here, but you saw it when he left, and a guy like a guy like T. Martin comes in, and it's about extending plays. Look at guys even now on the NFL level. You know what separates, to me, the best quarterback in the NFL? Hands down is Aaron Rodgers, because he can make every throw. The ball is incredible. Yes. It's deep. He can throw but by golly, when the play breaks down, he's decisively, now he ain't no 16 Pearl running the ball, but by golly, oh baby, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey Pearl, man, we gotta catch the top of the hour.
Okay.
We love you, man. We appreciate it.
Thank
and
you
you're
so
welcome
much
anytime,
for
my
coming
man.
on.
Hey, let's we'll shout at you, brother.
Oh, baby, shout at me. Let's shout.
That's what I'm talking about.
On a roll. Yeah. Tony B here for Pop's Wine and Liquor, Powell, Tennessee's friendliest liquor store. Pop serves North Knoxville with the largest liquor store, offering a wide selection of wines and liquors at the most competitive prices in town. So whether you're looking for the perfect wine for collecting, that special dinner, wedding, party planning, or wine for everyday consumption, Pop's staff will give you the perfect suggestion. David at Pop's Wine and Liquor invites all his Campbell County friends to stop in for the best prices. Only a few minutes drive down I-75 off Emory Road. Pop's Wine and Liquor.
When you're ready to build, remodel, or even build an in-ground pool, just call Billy Paul and say when. Your dreams of a brand new home can come true. All it takes is a call to Billy Paul. 423-912-6899. Now, if you already have your dream home, maybe you'd like an addition or a remodel kitchen, master bath, or bedroom. All it takes is a call to Billy Paul. 423-912-6899. Ever thought about a gift for the entire family? How about an in-ground swimming pool from Paul Construction? That's the answer. All it takes is a call to Billy Paul. 423-912-6899. Billy and his crew have years of experience as well as a long list of satisfied customers. Paul Construction, owned by a former Cougar, Billy Paul.
Paving, sealing, striping. The Boshears paving tradition continues. Parking lots, driveways, playgrounds. The Boshears paving tradition continues. Doug Boshears continues the family tradition of outstanding parking lot, driveway, and playground sealing and paving. The Boshears family began many, many years ago. Now's the time to call Boshears Paving to bring your project to life. Go ahead and give Doug a call right now at 562-2162 or 871-0718.
This is Calvin Tonks with Senior Citizen Insurance, and you're listening to my radio station, 1450 WLAF.
Real Tennessee hickory smoked meats and all the fixins. Got you thinking? Well, if you're thinking like I'm thinking, then you're thinking about KP's Barbecue. Real Tennessee hickory smoked meats and all the fixins. Keith Phillips with KP's Barbecue is ready to cater your next event on the tailgate, at the park, at the church, at the reunion. Get the idea? No event is too big for KP's Barbecue. Did you know that KP's can feed 25 people for a total of $75? Call 423-494-1795. And when Keith gets out from behind the smoker, he'll call you back. 494-1795.
Did you know Holston Gas's 121 School Street across from Jacksboro Middle School has a service tech on call for you 24/7? And did you know Holston can set you up on summer payments so you don't have those big winter heating bills? No matter who you currently use, Holston can trade out that propane tank. And they can fill customer-owned cylinders too. Plus, Holston fills gas grill tanks for just $14. Have you seen their brand new showroom? Check it out today. Call for more information at 562-7596. Holston Gas is across from Jacksboro Middle School.
You're listening to 1450 WLAF, home of Les Martin and Brent Allen of Just Sports. Every Tuesday and Thursday from 9 to 10. 1450 WLAF.
This is 1450 WLAF. WLAF, La Follette and East Tennessee's home for
Tennessee Saturday night with me, Tony Basilio.
Right here, we're about 25 minutes away from kicking off Week 9 of the NFL.
Gosh, it goes
right
by
here
so fast.
Absolutely,
man.
a Thursday night Halloween edition. Will we see some crazy uniforms tonight?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, I guess if you had the Buccaneers, you might have those creamsicle orange, but I don't know. It'll be interesting though. I'd say the Bungles have a little orange and black in there. Typically the road uniforms, but that'll be interesting to see what the Dolphins. Of course, they should have their normal home jerseys.
I wonder if Alex likes the new unis that the Dolphins have been sporting, because I kind of like them myself.
Well,
actually, I do.
Yeah, absolutely. So tonight's game officially going on the record here.
What's the line?
Well, I'm picking just straight up here in our little pick pool. Going to go with Cincinnati.
Absolutely.
But, I think the game could be closer than people think. But who knows? I think the line's only like 3 anyway. So I know Briney Boy Hartman liked them earlier, and he said he's picking against his Jags the rest of the way. So
Des Bryant has been a big deal all week long. What's your take on it?
Well, I think it's, and I've been saying it, Jerry Jones has become the league's Al Davis. And I hate to say that, but, there's no direction there. I mean, what message does that send? That tells you how the organization's ran. And I think Tony, today on NFL at noon right here, 12 o'clock every Thursday here on the TonyBasilio.com and on the apps and on FM 99.7, we talked about it as we do every Thursday. And he talked about it, and he says, look, man, I think Jerry's the type of guy, the type of owner. He cares about, the cash register. I mean, he cares about that. He cares about cha-ching, 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 the money, all the swag and all that, and everything that's going on in the palace that Jerry built. He cares about that. I'm not saying he doesn't want to win championships. It'd be crazy to say that. But as Houston takes a 21-10 lead, as plenty of points scored in this game according to the Mall Paxwell meter tonight. And so I think the whole problem there is he's going to allow that soap opera to go on. I mean, you had a position coach in Derek Dooley. I mean, what the heck was he going to do anyway?
I don't even make eye contact. Yeah, I noticed that he didn't even speak to him.
What a waste.
Ware had to step in there a little bit.
Well, and you saw who stood up to him
was Jason Witten.
Yeah, but then Witten came out and defended him and said it was not a big deal. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Here's where my problem is. It's not that he showed the passion, the fire, that fire in his belly. I get that, and I appreciate the heck out of that as a teammate. But I tell you what I don't want is when you're planning, you're looking at pictures, you're standing there with your head coach, your offensive coordinator, and your quarterback is sitting there looking at and trying to get himself his composure, get himself together. I'm sure going through his mind is, am I going to am I going to throw another pick here in a crucial situation? But then he comes in, steps in, and kind of like budges the coach right out of the way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I tweeted this the other day. I said, look, I had on my last burger, and I had more onions on that last burger than Dooley, and the coaching staff.
Jason Garrett.
Jason Garrett and Romo have combined. I mean, there's more onions on a burger at Burger King than them 3 combined. Somebody, and there's the problem, is Tony Romo is not wired that way. He's going to sit back and let these others control him. And, but at least, Terrell Owens would have followed it up with, that's my quarterback, man. It's my quarterback. And we didn't get that from Dez, but I tell you what. What would be funny is Dez Bryant, like, was it Dez Bryant? Wasn't it his mom, too, that was kind of wacky? And then you got Barbara Dooley. Yeah. Man, you imagine them two, like coming into the studio and going off on somebody. That would be some entertaining radio. Let's go ahead and get Jeeker in here. Jeeker, we appreciate you holding here. 1450 WLAF is now the home of Neutral Zone with the Cologne Lot Boy and the great Bronco ZR back here on the buttons. Archived, our show is archived on the apps. Download those apps and you can find it right on there. Unbelievable. Jeeker, what's up, my man?
Well, good to hear that, Cloney, because it's been hard for me to catch up with you on Thursdays. But I'll tell you what, that caller Pace from the Ray Mears Studios been rubbing off on you, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. I apologize, man. I had a week off last week, Jeeker, and it's I guess that's a successful night there with the candy.
Excellent.
My daughter sends me a picture here, and my living room floor is covered in candy, Jeeker. Jeeker, what's going on, my man?
Hey, I tell you what, that Kevon Looney, another kick in the nads for the Ball Nation, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right on the money about that.
But you know what, Jeeker? I don't want to sit here because I want to get behind this team this year, and I think we're going to find a lot. We're going to find out a lot about Konzo. There is enough talent on this team. You got a point guard now. You've got enough talent. If this guy does not win, and again, I'm saying 20, 21 wins regular season.
I
think that's being generous.
We need to win at least 23, 24 games.
See, that's kind of where I am with it.
Okay, 23, 24. And the only reason I say is you're talking about some games on the road. And I haven't looked at the entire schedule, but I know we only play Kentucky there.
I know this sounds
we
bad,
get
but I
Mizzou
don't
again,
care.
which is going to be, that team.
That's true,
that
but
team's
I don't care.
Yeah, the bottom line is, Marty's right here. We got to win 24 games. I'm a little screw. Call me out, Jeker. Go ahead. I need that.
Hey, here's my problem. Hey, if we lose Kevon Looney to Mike Krzyzewski or the guy up there at Michigan State,
that's one thing.
That's one thing. But when you lose to a white stiff like Steve Alford, I'm sorry, guys. That's crap.
If he wins 25 games and gets bounced in the second round, I want him fired. Anything less of Sweet 16's a bust, if you ask me.
Hey, guys, let's move on to the two-headed monster like we had when we had Sterl the Pearl and Andy Kelly. I think Bush Jones is making a major mistake if he does. Now, I'm saying as long as Riley Ferguson is physically able to play, I think he's making a major mistake if he doesn't play both these guys down the stretch. Because from everything I heard, Riley Ferguson looked better than Josh Dobbs before he got injured.
Yeah,
what do you think, Cloney?
Well, and I can tell you this, I've been told by someone that's close to the situation that says that really feels like one, and if they were making their gut would tell them that Peterman would be the one that's going to transfer out, and that was, hey, listen, that was before even the debacle at Florida, and I kind of put that out on Twitter without mentioning any names. I don't want to get them in an uncomfortable situation, but I'll say this, man. Hey, here's the thing. I tell you what's gonna really hurt Jeker is if you really don't want to burn up that red shirt. And what happens? You think about if his helmet pops off like a cork. I mean, how many times in a game do you see them helmets? If it pops off, he has to come out. I'll bet you anybody here right now they throw A.J. Johnson back there and run the Wildcat or punt it on third down.
Well, here's the thing about it. I think if you redshirt Riley Ferguson, I think he's going to transfer. So I say put him in there and give him a shot because we've seen it before. I don't care how good Dobbs is. We're just one knee injury away from needing that guy.
See, that was my thought too. I mean, what happens if he sprains an ankle, in his out 2 series?
Guys, I'll tell you what, man. And maybe it's just me being a sheep, but what I saw from him, just the little things, how he carried himself, you would expect a deer in the headlights going into that situation today. Man, that guy, it was like, hey.
Josh Dobbs was the guy I wanted.
And that back shoulder throw that he threw on the run, that did not look like a freshman quarterback. And I'm telling you, to hear Peyton Manning say, when he spent some time throwing with him before the season and say, wow, I want to see this kid when he gets another year under the meal table and beef it up a bit. Yep. Jeker, I'm just saying, with his legs, we know he can beat how easy was that 11, 12-yard scamper when he watched that, that read option and he kept it. I'm telling you.
Hey, Cloney, I'm with you, but we need 2 quarterbacks, and we know.
Well, we do.
We know Peterman's going to be gone, so we need to keep Riley Ferguson around, and because we know we're just one injury away from being up the creek without a paddle. Hey, Deke Jr. just rolled in with our parlay sheets here. I got a couple of plays for you.
Hit it, Jeker.
I like Tennessee plus 12 against Missouri.
I do too.
I like Auburn minus 10 against Arkansas.
Yeah, where's that game at?
It's at Arkansas, but I think Auburn's going to beat them like a drum.
And who does Auburn have next week?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what.
Tennessee?
Knoxville, baby. What's going on, baby?
They got the third coming of George Quarles. I mean, we got Art Briles down there at Baylor, who I think might have the second or he might have I think he might have the third best team in America. What do you guys think?
Hey,
I think it's close.
That
defense,
team will,
though.
they'll pass Ohio State. You watch.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I think they've played a better schedule, just enough. Now they're not playing on juggernaut or anything like that, but the way they're destroying teams, they're getting recognition. Hey, listen, to Jeeker's point, I want to give Jeeker some credit here. Listen, Jeeker has been saying for 3 or 4 years.
About 10 years.
Well, yeah, I'll give you, yeah, okay. I'm off a little bit tonight, Jeeker. 21 wins in basketball, you're saying 24. I mean, I'm off a few there. A field goal and a field goal there and a touchdown on this. So give me a little credit here.
I thought you were going to talk about George Quarles.
I am, and that's where I'm going. There is no doubt for anybody, and I know you had this argument. I heard the phone call when you talked to Flat Bill, and dude, I mean, when you broke it down with Flat Bill, I don't know if he's doing a show anymore or not, but when Jeeker calls one time, and I can remember talking about comparisons of the way he in-game instincts and being able to just call plays and his team executing it. And listen, I know it's on the high school level, and you can talk about recruiting all day long. The guy would coach, and I guarantee you he would have equal, if not better success than the Art Briles and all these other. And I know you might think that's crazy. That guy, you give him elite talent. He doesn't even have at Maryville. Listen, I'm telling you, I've watched them play before. They're very good, but they have a great feeder system, and he does not have Alcoa talent. He does not have, certainly doesn't have Fulton talent this year. And you can make the argument that Fulton's talent would be a little too much for him. Okay, but that guy, if you got somebody in here and you got him to recruit, he would be phenomenal. Start him off in a mid-major, he would climb the ranks, and that guy would be coaching like a Malzahn. He would be on that level, or Art Briles, not a doubt. And you got people that, for whatever reason, jealousy, just ignorance, some of them don't even have any business being on a mic. And, whoa, dude.
Hey, Clowney, if, speaking of ignorance, if Fulmer would have plugged him in at the wide receivers coach when he fired Pat Washington, and when Cutcliffe left to go to Duke, and he'd plugged him in as offense coordinator, the big boy from Shoney's would still be the head coach. You guys have a great show.
There's 2 things about college coaching to me that is the 2 most important things: recruiting and timely play calling. And George Quarles, I think, in time, would be able to do both.
Working in the lab late one
Well, I do the monster mash.
eerie sight.
I've been smashed.
Suddenly, to my surprise, he did the
monster mash.
It was a
graveyard smash.
Hey, we got Bear. We got Bear on 3 here with the Monster Mash. GQF has left us here. I'm gonna, out of respect, there, since we got a break here in less than 2, I'm gonna hold off, Bear.
Absolutely.
Bear, I want you to hang through.
I want him to have the floor.
Yeah, we want you to have the floor, and but we are. Hey, real quick though, fantasy questions again for tonight. My one start for sure is AJ Green. If you're needing help, if you're in a deeper league and you need a flex, certainly Giovanni Bernard could be okay. Lamar Miller, I've just not been sold on him. Carlos Dunlap and that defensive line should contain him tonight. Certainly don't like Tannehill. He's always capable of the big play downfield to Mike Wallace. Brandon Gibson a little banged up, but yeah, I tell you what, the offensive line for Miami has been a struggle. I don't expect many points there from them unless they just create some turnovers or through special teams.
Is Tannehill the answer down there for them?
I don't know. Well, I'll say this in fairness. He does not have a very good offensive line.
I agree.
Joe Thomas was drafted years ago out of Wisconsin, and he had those Pro Bowl years. And it's like the rest of that offensive line is just there's holes there on the right side. They had ample opportunity in free agency this offseason. They talked about it. They got a young Ferrari and Lamar Miller, but he's just not been the guy. They don't open any holes, and they leave him in 3rd and long, and that's a disaster for a so-so quarterback. Got to do a better job of helping him out there. 1450 WLAF,
up in beautiful La Follette up on 75. We want to thank them for making the Neutral Zone their home on Thursday nights. Pain-free Thursday. We've got about 45 minutes left. We'll come back. Bear, you will have the floor. We'll see you after these messages.
Hey, is this Eddie's Auto? Yeah, it's Ed. Well, who's this here? It's Ed. Well, it's Bill Morgan up here just this side of Maryville. Yeah. Listen, I bought a oil filter off of you here a while back, and I believe my car's blowed up now. And, well, they told me to take you down there and just you'd pay for it. Pay for what? Pay for the motor. Who told you that? They told me at Maynardville. They did. They said, if you don't, whoop you.
At B&M Tires, they won't blow your motor up. They stand behind what they sell. You won't have to ask for your money back. And at B&M Tires, they get to know their customers well. And no one yet had to go back down there and whoop anybody. That B&M Tires.
So you going to pay for it? I ain't paying for it. I already know you know what you're talking about. Huh? It's a small filter. I bought it off of you fair and square. Don't you stand behind what you sell? I'll be down there for the day. Well, I'll be right here. Huh? You keep on. I'll be there. You just come right on.
Joe White at Benny Roberts. They take the cuss out of customer service. It's B&M Tires.
Huh? Somebody could get whooped over this.
Tennessee Saturday night with me, Tony Basilio.
Brought to you this hour by Jeff Sweat Investment Services.
I'm always happy to help you with your financial needs. Please call me at 423-566-4000. 566-4000. We feature securities offered through LPL Financial. Call me at 423-566-4000 for tax-advantaged investments. 566-4000. We specialize in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and IRAs.
Jeff Sweat Investment Services.
423-566-4000. 566-4000.
Did you know Holston Gas's 121 School Street across from Jacksboro Middle School has a service tech on call for you 24/7? And did you know Holston can set you up on summer payments so you don't have those big winter heating bills? No matter who you currently use, Holston can trade out that propane tank. And they can fill customer-owned cylinders, too. Plus, Holston fills gas grill tanks for just $14. Have you seen their brand new showroom? Check it out today. Call for more information at 562-7596. Holston Gas is across from Jacksboro Middle School.
The boys are back at Minton's Tire and Service Center. Susie Minton welcomes back Earl, Chuck, and Emmett to Minton's Tires. You've missed them. Earl Delk and Chuck Delk and Emmett Lettner. All three of them are now back at Minton's Tire and Service Center. Susie says Minton's sells tires, but it is also a full service center for your vehicle, from oil changes to tune-ups and everything in between. Minton's Tires and Service Center continues its tradition of quality tires, sales, and extra special service you've been accustomed to over the years. Next time you're by, tell Susie Minton you heard her ad here on WLAF. Minton's Tire and Service Center on the 4-lane near Lowe's.
Now is the time to experience Beltone's newest digital technology at no cost or obligation. Beltone is conducting in-office trials of their state-of-the-art hearing aids. After your free hearing analysis, you'll be asked to evaluate sound, comfort, and cosmetic appearance.
Call Beltone in La Follette, 423-201-4600, 201-4600, 201-4600.
This is 1450 WLAF La Follette, and be sure to hang around at 9 o'clock. We'll have Just Sports with Les Martin, Brent Allen, and Greg Brackett tonight, broadcasting live from Charlie's Pizza. So keep the radio dial at 1450 or drop into Charlie's and listen to the show live down at Charlie's Pizza tonight.
You're listening to 1450 WLAF, home of Les Martin and Brent Allen of Just Sports. Every Tuesday and Thursday from 9 to 10. 1450 WLAF.
This is 1450 WLAF. WLAF, La Follette and East Tennessee's home for
Tennessee Saturday night with me, Tony Basilio.
This is Cougar head football coach Justin Price. This season, see and hear all the fun and excitement of Campbell County High School football on the WLAF Sports Network.
We get down to the finals.
Oh, wait till the finals, baby. Wait till the finals. Hey, I'll tell you what. College basketball right around the corner.
Oh, boy.
Saturday, will you be in attendance for the exhibition game?
No.
Okay. Will not either. I'll be having some other things going on, basketball practice and doing some other things there, and
watch college football.
Watch a little college football.
Or go to the basketball exhibition.
And I believe there's a game at 7 o'clock that night. So
I believe there is.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, you got a huge week in the NFL with bye weeks. We've got Bear on hold here. We're going to get to him here in just a moment. I want to remind folks, Smoothie King, our great friends with Sushi Spot, Cedar Bluff Plumbing.
Absolutely, Sushi Spot
great.
is outstanding.
Yes. What is it? That's so great. Giddy. Sashimi. Tamaki.
I don't
The tamaki. Sushi Dada. Sushi Dada. Yes. I just had Texas Fan 11 ask me, who is this flat bill you talk of?
Whoa, dude.
He
is one of my favorite guys I follow on Twitter.
A flat bill. Hey, you telling me that Cutcliffe that he could outcoach George Quarles? George Quarles, I knew two guys that could be in the could be in the College Football Hall of Fame. George Quarles could spend 5 years over there, and he'd make Philip Fulmer one of the best coaches. All he had to do was put him in as a GA. But that was a slap in the face. I mean, put that guy on his staff, pay him $100,000 a year. Hey, we got the phone lines that are starting to light up, and I believe I just heard. I heard a crack in the phone line there. It must have been it reminds me of when Lammy calls in. There's so much heat in the phone line. Electricity. It's almost like
Lambert. I know you're on hold. Check this out. Roethlisberger's been sacked, I believe, 26 times in 7 games.
Okay, we've talked enough. Call a pace. Let's get Bear in here. Bear, welcome in. Enter in the neutral zone.
Well, tell you what, Connie, it sounds kind of like a pile of slop so far. You know, you got Zeke around here talking about George Quarles not recruiting, and everybody knows the only person that recruits him is them boys over at Fulton Valley, Fulton Valley. Lot boy, I mean, if I wouldn't have adopted a kid from Boulevard, Tennessee that was 6'2" and a running back, I'd just go there and pay $5, and George Quarles, you know what I mean? He'd start him.
Yeah, I mean, what we know about Coley, I mean, that guy was, they say you get in the living room, he could close the deal. I mean, kind of like Quarles over there. I mean, he had a sack of cash with him.
In all seriousness, George Quarles, great X's and O's, but to delude yourself into thinking that Maryville High School does not recruit and it almost level of Lot Boys Falcons is sheer lunacy.
Yeah, hey, and want a reminder there on 1450 WLAF following our show here, the Neutral Zone, coming up at 9, Just Sports. Mark it down, Just Sports with Les Martin and Brent Allen, as they're going to break down the number 4 team in the state, the Cougars from Campbell County versus Powell. I got a little to say about that as I'm a Powell alum there, but Powell a little bit of a down year, but I tell you what, Campbell County is for real this year. They're for real. So check that out.
Hanging out the coaching clinics with the Fulton coaches. They finally figured out they got to go get some athletes.
Isn't it amazing that Fulton was so bad for so long, and here in the last 10 years we've started winning some state championships, and now we've got everybody accusing us of cheating.
Well, Lot Boy, I love you, brother, and I really do got a whole respect for you. I really do, really like you, man. But
okay. Y'all want to get them right?
They redrew the school zones, Lot Boy. They redrew them. No kidding. You would think that the football coaching staff at Fulton High School had redrawn the school zones over there in East Knoxville.
Well, I'll say this: we should have had Jalen Steele in here, but I mean, we just, we could have used some of this local talent over here, like Humphrey or Steele, but. Conzo, I guess he won't recruit this kid from Carnes either. I mean, we could have a 5-star in here, and it's just gonna.
No, he's got a big old pile of slop. It's better chance of getting a wing away from Philly.
Are you kidding? That's like taking the bone away from like the pit bull over there in the corner. It's like, I ain't gonna touch that. Philly can put a hurting on some wings. I mean,
I'm telling you, buddy, if you like beer or wings, you don't want to hang out with my buddies on Sunday afternoon and watch football.
Yes. Bear, what's
next level?
Hey, what else is on your mind, man?
It's Josh Dobbs thing. It's sweet. Is the kid going to be Jeker seemed a little upset they weren't going to give Riley, I heard him on another show, they weren't going to give Riley Ferguson a chance. Jeke's really worried he's going to transfer, and
And I'm remembering back to when people were worried about Brandon Stewart transferring, and Peyton's numbers weren't that great, and he was skinny, and, he was just book smart and watched a lot of film, and, things have a way of working themselves out. So just hope G calms down a little bit.
Cloney. Bear question George Quarles. I called Flat Bill over there a few months ago, and the guy wouldn't take my call. Couldn't take the heat in the kitchen. It got a little too hot. And I told Jake Jr. I said, yeah, that's exactly what I said. I told Jake Jr. Hey, Cloney. Jake Jr. just got home with a bag of treats and a couple of good-looking girls on his arm. I'm gonna have to get out of here.
Does Jimmy have anything to say about Josh Dobbs yet?
Well, I think he's a pretty good quarterback. We got a full bank here. We're going to have to get out of here. Bear, we appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get Lammy. Oh, I got Jerry. Let's get Jerry in here and then Lammy. Jerry, what do you say? Welcome into the neutral zone. You were a pretty good quarterback back in your day, and I know you could still hum the tater.
What's up, Clone Dyke?
What's up? Well, Jerry, I got to ask you, we introduced Butch Jones tonight in clone captioning and I just wanted to see what you thought about, if you thought his analysis that eye discipline's going to be key, Jerry. I want to say right now, I think eye discipline, appreciation for the opponent. I don't care. This team right here, hey, listen, I don't have a color code for every team. I thought last week I was not being disrespectful. Eye discipline. Do you realize that was worth at least 14 points by not saying the Crimson Tide? Jerry, your thoughts?
Oh, man, that is straight up frightening.
Well,
what'd you think about Josh Dobbs?
Getting stuck in that doggy door.
What'd you say there, Klondike?
I said, scary to me is when you get stuck in that doggy door. I eat too many munchies, I've got this habit that causes me to want to munch all the time.
Hey, doesn't he sound a little bit like Jimmy the Superfly Snuka?
A little bit, he does.
Or who am I? I'm thinking Randy's dad, the Macho Man.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, let me tell you something, J.C. Jerry Colquitt, yeah. Let me tell you, Elizabeth was always my sidekick, yeah.
Jerry, what do you see?
Well,
I just want to know, coming from a quarterback, what are they going to do to make things, simplify things a little bit? I know Coach Peak wants to talk about eye discipline. What are they going to be able to do to keep it simple, the whole KISS method, as we might need to hold you through a break here? I believe the fine folks at 1450 WLAF, we are now proud to say we're home there on Thursday nights. A pain-free edition right here on the Neutral Zone. Jerry, if you'll hold tight, we'll take a quick break and then we'll come right back. It'll be a quick one.
Tony B here for Pop's Wine and Liquor, Powell, Tennessee's friendliest liquor store. Pop serves North Knoxville with the largest liquor store, offering a wide selection of wines and liquors at the most competitive prices in town. So whether you're looking for the perfect wine for collecting, that special dinner, wedding, party planning, or wine for everyday consumption, Pop's staff will give you the perfect suggestion. David at Pop's Wine and Liquor invites all his Campbell County friends to stop in for the best prices. Only a few minutes drive down I-75 off Emory Road. Pop's Wine and Liquor.
Real Tennessee hickory smoked meats and all the fixins. Got you thinking? Well, if you're thinking like I'm thinking, then you're thinking about KP's Barbecue. Real Tennessee hickory smoked meats and all the fixins. Keith Phillips with KP's Barbecue is ready to cater your next event on the tailgate, at the park, at the church, at the reunion. Get the idea? No event is too big for KP's Barbecue. Did you know that KP's can feed 25 people for a total of $75? Call 423-494-1795. And when Keith gets out from behind the smoker, he'll call you back. 494-1795.
This is Cougar head football coach Justin Price. This season, see and hear all the fun and excitement of Campbell County High School football on the WLAF Sports Network.
This old fellow right here, I think he can still hum the tater, and I'm pretty impressed with some of his knowledge of the pro wrestling scene. I thought that was pretty good. And this guy on here is somewhat a character, I guess. He got cursed out on Scott Farrell on Howard Stern 101 one night from I think we can maybe cue that up there, I'm sure. But the Iron Sheik was ready to strangle Lou Holtz one night. It was pretty next level. Jerry, what do you say? Hello.
Well, I think Jerry's left the building. But, Jerry, if you want to get back in with us,
well, we'll,
Jerry, are you with us?
All right,
He's not with us.
Here we go. The game is kicked off here. The Hooper Hyper XP Aladocious is still ferocious. Daniel Thomas out of the backfield. What do you think right here, Lawboy? What are you looking for right here? Miami, Tannehill. We talked about it. We got to see him grow up.
I want to see if Miami can move the ball at all.
Bonte's perfect.
What a name right there.
Yeah, cool name. 17 points or less, I expect from Miami.
Miami,
So.
I would agree with that. You never know. Really and truly, the Thursday night games have been a bore. Thursday
yes,
night,
they have.
What
right.
night has been
You're
the
right.
best night is Sunday night,
Yep.
without a doubt.
Yep.
Sunday night football. And there's a sack early on.
And that's
Geno
why
Atkins,
right there.
their defensive line is that. Their defensive line, they've got 10, 11 win talent on that team. If they just put it all together, 8-win Marv Lewis. As we got Jerry back. Jerry, welcome back into the fold. Jerry, what's up? Jerry, you with us? Well,
no Jerry.
We're going to have to get him a new phone, I guess.
Jerry, my man, we're having trouble hearing you, brother. Get back in with us if you can get on a different line. We are 13:02 into this game. A little screen to Lamar Miller as it doesn't go anywhere. Again, the blocking from the Finns just not there. It's going to be really, really tough against that defense. But I like the fact that they're aggressive in the screens because a team that rushes the quarterback, you can beat them with delayed draws, handoff, quick slick screens, and they're going to punt it over right here to Brandon Tate, again, who started his NFL career with the New England Patriots, who play your team, by the way, this weekend. Will Tom Brady's hand is it? You never know what with the injury reports there and everything. But Gronk is back. He should have a big game.
Brady's probably not 100%, but they found so many different ways to win games.
Yep.
Just kills me. I don't really know how they keep doing it.
Well, you can say what you want, but Kraft is built, and they've gotten players in that get in there and buy into their system. Now
they do.
People want to make him out to be a Belichick a savior, but Belichick is a good defensive mind. But they've really missed on some guys, and I hope Lammy will get in here and he'll pile on the Belichick. If you want to get in with us, again, 865-200-5402, 865-200-5402.
Got in an interesting discussion today with a friend of mine who's a Detroit Lions fan, and one of these guys is playing tonight. If you had to pick one, who, Andy Dalton or Matthew Stafford, who do you think's better to this point?
I would take Stafford. Yeah, I would take Stafford. He's a little bit bigger. He's taller. He can get the ball down the field a little bit better, but you know what? Looking at the two wide receivers, the underneath guy might be the A.J. Green, and he can go over the top. But my God, he's got great hands too. It's hard. Calvin Johnson, Megatron, gets that name for a reason. He catches balls with not just 3 and 4 defenders, but the entire city, NFL city. I mean, the one he had against the Bengals a few weeks ago was
unbelievable,
was phenomenal. So, Jerry, get in here with us. Jerry, who are you going to take? Let me ask you this, Jerry. In his prime, and this has been debated a little bit. I think it's crazy that Jerry Jones would even come out, Al Davis would come out and say that this week.
Sorry, Al. But Jerry's turned into Al Davis. Hey now. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Senior's looking pretty good there in Miami. I mean, little fish and chips. Anyways, Jerry, could Deion Primetime Sanders shut down Megatron? I mean, I don't think the guy ever liked contact. I don't know how he would stop him in the red zone. I mean, certainly Megatron's not going to run by him. Deion could just cover anything.
He could out-physical him, though, at the line of scrimmage, I tell you that.
He would draw a penalty every time or he'd catch it. I mean, care to throw something in on that? Lob me a softball. Do something.
I think Deion would definitely win a bunch of those battles. You know, the thing about Deion is Deion has very good size, has a weight, which I think is key. He has, the weight to put behind, the long arms to, disrupt the wide receiver at the line of scrimmage. So, and definitely the speed is an issue. It's hard to throw the deep balls on guys like Champ Bailey, Deion Sanders. So if you're going to get something, most of the time it's easier to get something on a short or intermediate route versus trying to throw something deep down the field on them because they got the speed to just go right down to the field and outrun the wide receiver to get to the deep balls. So I think the majority of the time Deion Sanders would win some of those battles.
I think Megatron would be way too physical for him. I just do.
I see what Jerry's saying. I think off the line of scrimmage, Deion was not a guy, and it's a different kind of physicality. Deion was very good at disrupting a guy off the line of scrimmage, but I can't. Michael Irvin, okay. But Michael Irvin was a master. He's not Megatron. Michael Irvin was really good in the red zone. He had the most subtle little last second push off, and he had enough separation to where he could catch it back shoulder. But still, we're talking about a guy that doesn't even need separation, and he goes up over 2 and 3 guys, and somehow catches balls.
He's 225 pounds, something like that.
Calvin Johnson?
Yeah.
No, he's much more than that. Yeah, he's probably in the 238, 240.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just unbelievable. But I agree with Jerry though. I think with the speed there, he set the tempo at the line of scrimmage. But having said that, he's not going to run by Deion. But 21 can disrupt, but I still think the physicality would be a little too much there. Jerry, let me ask you something here, and I want your perception on this because I brought this up today on the NFL at noon with Tony B and Jimmy Buck. Looking at the NFC right now, and listen, my Super Bowl pick before the season was Seattle. They're getting Percy Harvin back. Don't know if it's going to be this week. They thought he was going to go last week and had a little bit of a setback with the hip. But I think they know they don't need to rush him. Now, I've got him stored on a couple fantasy teams. So I'm kind of like, all right, yeah, he's going to be my number 3 wide receiver. I can't wait for him to get back. But with that being said, I still like them, and I love what San Francisco, after that tail whipping that they received from them, they have really come alive. But with that said, the team that's sort of just laying in the weeds right now, and they've got a Punisher that looks to destroy people with the football on the ground. I'm talking about Eddie Lacy and the Green Bay Packers.
Wow.
Their defense, minus their best enforcer on the defensive side of the ball, they're getting healthy. They've got one of the best young safeties in the game. Their corners and Tramon Williams are solid. They're lockdown type guys. They have the receivers when now Randall Cobb's not going to be a factor for a while, but James Jones gets back. You get Boykin, who's a little bit bigger. He's starting to develop a big size out of Virginia Tech. Jerry, I tell you what, man, call me a little bit of an Aaron Rodgers sheep, but I think that team's scary as heck right now. No one's really talking about them, and that team could go. Hey, it's hard to go into Seattle and win, but if Aaron Rodgers, who a guy can beat you with his feet too, he is the type of guy that you do not want to see.
Right, especially when that passing game gets going, it's hard for them to be stopped. And then, you throw the new dimension of the running game in there, which makes it more balanced. I think for them, if you look at the history of some of the more recent last 2 years, I think where they've had trouble is against stopping the run. you know, they've been having a pretty formidable pass rush, but you know, where they're maybe a little bit light is in the run game. So those teams who either don't have a solid running game or they're trying to find one against them, those are the teams that have trouble against Green Bay. But if you can control the line of scrimmage, you might have some success. So if you're looking at some of these folks down the road, you know, probably San Fran, Seattle will probably match up better with them than probably a New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, that Saints team's scary too. Really should be undefeated. You know, that was mismanagement right there, and I don't dog him much at all, but Sean Payton.
Terrible loss.
Yes, Sean Payton, listen, great catch in the corner, great throw, even better throw, but great catch by Kimbrel Tompkins.
That was on Jabari Greer, too.
Yeah, that was, but I mean, listen, there's maybe 3 quarterbacks in the league that make that throw, and it's Peyton,
Brady,
it's Breeze, and it's Aaron Rodgers. That's about it. You know, that knows, that throws it, timing, throws it to where he knows the receiver needs to be. And oh, by the way, the corner's just turning around, the ball's already there. Jerry, man, we got one last break here, but as we're going out here, I want you to tell which game, if you feel like, and maybe you're feeling sheepish tonight, and you think that eye discipline's going to be crucial on the road this weekend. I'm going to say it over and over. I think we've got to be patient. Discipline, eye discipline's crucial. Do you see this week's game or the Auburn game more likely for our Vols to get a win? And then we're going to catch a break here. What do you see this weekend or Auburn? Which game is more likely as far as matchup?
Wow, you know, I was feeling pretty good up until, for both of those games, up until the loss of Worley. You know, going into this week, they're going to be presented with some big-time pass rush problems in trying to stop those guys. They got, you know, 3 or 4 guys, a guy named Sean Ray, Michael Sam, who to me, when I watch him, he looks exactly like a Dwight Freeney, undersized, shorter defensive end who just plays with an absolute motor for 60 minutes. With a variety of pass rush moves, and they do a good job of using their undersized front and moving them around and not really letting you know where they're coming from all the time. So I felt better going into this game with a guy who can probably handle some of those things in an older Worley. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, how do they take the pressure off of this kid, because I think if they play the game through the offensive line, they'll be all right. You know, but if they put the ball in the kid's hands too much, you'll see this defensive pass rush on Saturday can be fierce at times.
Missouri's secondary has more interceptions than anybody else in the league.
Yeah, and you know, when I watched them, I thought some of that was just bad play. You know, the South Carolina game, when I watched that tape, South Carolina played about as bad as they did against us in the first 2.5 quarters, and they turned it on there. You know, halfway through the third and the fourth. So something's going on with South Carolina. So, you know, they got some turnovers, but South Carolina gave them a lot. So, but I think the part of the team, you know that you really can give credit to is that defensive front of theirs.
Yeah. Hey, Jerry, man, we've got to get a break here as we're watching Thursday Night NFL right here. We appreciate you, Jerry. Thank you so much. Hey, holler at us next week, man. We'll get you in when time will allow it for you. We always really appreciate
Love
your
having
time.
Jerry
and
on.
let's get a win this weekend. Look forward to hearing you break it down with Tony B next week. Jerry, be good, my man.
Okay, man. See you. Thanks.
We'll take a quick break here. Neutral Zone with Clone Lotboy and Broncos ER. We'll be right back after these messages.
You're listening to 1450 WLAF. Hang around for 9 o'clock. You'll have Les Martin, Brent Allen, Greg Brackett coming to you live with Just Sports from Charlie's Pizza.
The following is an actual recorded telephone call.
That's right. Well, I bought a rim here. It's been about 8 months ago, and this must have been crooked, but it's wore my tar down to nothing. And I'm going to have to get me a new tar out the deal and a new rim, and possibly a realignment job. And But I want you to pay for a new tar and rim and realignment. Well, somebody's going to pay for the thing.
Ed Roy Mullins just known about being in Tire of Jacksboro. All this could have been avoided. Joe White and Benny Roberts, they take the cuss out of customer service. It's B&M Tire.
You saying you ain't going to pay? I ain't going to pay. Somebody could get whooped over this.
Tell your neighbor you heard it on WLAF La Follette.
Did you know Holston Gas's 121 School Street across from Jacksboro Middle School has a service tech on call for you 24/7? And did you know Holston can set you up on summer payments so you don't have those big winter heating bills? No matter who you currently use, Holston can trade out that propane tank. And they can fill customer-owned cylinders, too. Plus, Holston fills gas grill tanks for just $14. Have you seen their brand-new showroom? Check it out today. Call for more information at 562-7596. Holston Gas is across from Jacksboro Middle School.
Stream us online, 1450WLAF.com.
Basilio here from my friends at Cash and Carry Building Supply in La Follette. Everybody knows JB and Kippy Leach have been Tennessee Vol fans for a long, long time. And you likely know that Cash and Carry Building Supply is your locally owned building supply store for all Campbell County. Right now, save on vanity and bath cabinets, 20% off. That's at your locally owned and operated building supply store, Cash and Carry Building Supply, on South Indiana Avenue in La Follette. Yep, same place it's been for more than 25 years, Cash and Carry Building Supply, South Indiana Avenue, in La Follette.
You select the roof, we'll install it. We're your locally owned roofing company. We're Valley Roofing. We're located right here in La Follette in the old Woodson Shopping Center, and we specialize in quality metal roofing and quality shingles, and of course, all at reasonable prices. Here at Valley Roofing, we're insured and bring more than 25 years of experience to your job site. Whether you live right here in town or in a surrounding community, we'll be there. We're Valley Roofing, 423-566-6561. 566-6561.
This is Campbell County High School head football coach Justin Price, and this is my radio station, 1450 WLAF.
The tradition continues at All-Star Awards. The old Al Carl Rutherford founded All-Star Awards years ago. Nowadays, Carl's son David carries on the tradition his father started at All-Star Awards. In addition to the classiest trophies and plaques at the most reasonable prices, All-Star Awards now does printed T-shirts and does lamination. Look for David and All-Star Awards in the A-frame that's across the street from the Sonic in West La Follette, or give him a call at 423-562-6761.
You're listening to 1450 WLAF, home of Les Martin and Brent Allen of Just Sports. Every Tuesday and Thursday from 9 to 10. 1450 WLAF.
This is 1450 WLAF, La Follette and East Tennessee's home for
Tennessee Saturday Night with me, Tony Basilio.
I want to thank everybody at WLAF in La Follette for tuning us in. Surprised we're not already off there up there. Hey, what can you say? Get in with us, 865-200-5402, 200-5402. Thank you to Jerry Colquitt for coming on, spitting a few with us. Sterling Hinton with a brief appearance. Waiting for my co-partner to come back in. iPads going off, phones going off. And no clone. Amazing. Lammy, it's time to talk some Steelers. This is your shot right here. Nobody here but me and you. I'm so disappointed with them, I can't... I don't even know what to say. I didn't expect to have this bad a year. I know Mike Wallace being gone, new offensive coordinator coming in, things of that nature. But I didn't expect to see us off to a 2-5 start. But that's the way it goes. Terrell Pryor's still running. The longest run in NFL history by a quarterback against my Steelers.
Terrell Pryor.
My Steelers. Lammy's Steelers. That is absolutely embarrassing.
Yeah, it was. He's still running, sort of like Bo. And
he should have just took right off, headed right into the tunnel.
Yep, absolutely. We got about 6-7 minutes left, and then we sign off here for the great folks up in La Follette, 1450 AM 1450. That is WLAF up in La Follette. And again, exciting stuff here with the show, growing every week.
Absolutely. Tomorrow,
Be sure to tune in for a Bino and Tony Friday edition. I'm telling you right now, Derek, we're coming right to you, my man. You're going to be able to hear the show, see the magic right here, see the Bon Jovi haircut from Lot Boy, and see what a buffoon I am. Right here, you're going to be able to see a YouTube video that's going to be put up. And, wow, Tannehill going for the end zone right there. Just overthrows it right there to number 18. As looks like 3rd and 6 there for them as they're driving with the turnover. Rather, they get the ball there. You got to get points in this game.
They come at a premium.
Absolutely. Let's get Derek in here. Derek, welcome in. You've entered the neutral zone. What's going on, my man?
Hey, buddy, just trying to catch a little bit of the show. Been busy lately.
Well, thank you, buddy. As Chewbacca is live down in Miami watching the game, and unbelievable to see who. Mike Wallace trying to get outside there. Derek, what's going on, man? Any fantasy value in this game here?
Yeah, just had a little fantasy question. Would you trade in a PPR league? Would you trade Arian Foster, Lamar Miller, Kendall Wright for Calvin Johnson?
Wow. Kendall Wright, Arian Foster, who by some people
Miller
think he's a top 10. I don't consider Arian Foster a top 10 anymore. Just potential. He's eating too many tacos. The guy has got durability issues right now. And my concern now, do I think it's a fairly it's a good night. I've hooked, shanked it. That's the worst shank right there. Woo! Dolphins kicker just absolutely. I think he killed somebody in the stands. 4. And
did Michael Pilardi run down there and put on a Miami Dolphins uniform?
Anyways, Arian Foster is he's not the same back right now. He's talked about buy stock in him. I think he's cashed in his chips. I don't know that you're ever going to see Arian Foster. Having said that, I think there's still that hope there enough to where you could say, hey, look, still a very good offensive line. Despite what people want to say, Case Keenum will help that offense because he's durable, and he's durable. He's more flexible, and he's mobile. He's not bad in there, and that's why, in one of my dynasty leagues, I drafted him in a league where you start 2 quarterbacks, and I came into the league where there was all the good quarterbacks were already taken. He was kind of a guy I took before the season. I thought, he looks really good for future in Houston. But having said all that, it's about team needs. If that team needed a running back and you can get both of those, Lamar Miller, I'm still waiting on him. He's on a milk carton. That offensive line.
Arian Foster, Lamar Miller.
Miller has no offensive line. But if you can get somebody to agree to that, I think it's good. And I don't think it's like unfair. But I think you're definitely, obviously, you go after the filet mignon, the top shelf talent, and you're getting it by far. You're getting a guy who's getting healthy at the right time.
Yeah, I can. It hurts losing Foster, but I'm going to have Reggie Bush, Danny Woodhead, and Fred Jackson still, for PPR, and that's going to really. I think it's going to help me. But the team I'm trading with, they really need some running backs.
Speaking of trades,
I might be losing a lot.
Yeah, hey, speaking of trades, Derek, and I appreciate your question you throw at us here, and I just accepted a trade in one of my dynasty leagues. And just took, and coaches in this league are huge. But my team, I took over a team, and the team was very young, not a lot of skill, talent on the team. But I traded away, obviously, a hot coach right now in Mike McCarthy. Again, I'm not playing for this year, I'm playing for next year. I just received Jason Pierre-Paul, Gary Kubiak, which is kind of a throw-in. Maybe they'll be back next year. Who knows? Still got a good defense there, Houston does. So, Gary Kubiak, Jason Pierre-Paul, who has disappeared this year, but he's still young and he's a freak. Alec Ogletree as a linebacker, and Le'Veon Bell. But also received a first-round pick and a 9th-round pick. This is a huge league where first-round picks, you're talking about a league where I came in with Russell Wilson and I drafted Alex Smith. So all the great quarterbacks were taken.
but I've got two fairly young ones there in really good offensive favorable systems there. So, but I gave up Mike McCarthy, Hakeem Nicks, and I'm loaded at wide receiver. Craig Robertson, the linebacker, and Mike James, and a 5th-round pick. So I like the fact that I got younger and I got a 1st-round pick. Derek, we got to get out of here, man. We're up against it. 1450 WLAF. As we've got to give way here to the great folks up in La Follette. And tune into their show coming up right here. Keep the sports talk going right here. 1450 WLAF up in La Follette. And, Just sports. Lot Boy, it's been great.
Thank you.
Great being back in the South.
It's good to have you back,
Hey, man. I love it. And, again, go check it out tomorrow on TonyBasilio.com. Tony Basilio show with Bino Friday.
Will not miss it tomorrow. I will not miss it.
Appreciate that there, Lot Boy. Appreciate that, Lot Boy. I wonder how Bino's going to be tomorrow. He'll have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder with the Red Sox.
I think so.
You know, you know what? I hope George is doing okay.
Me too.
The Cardinals will not have lost with Tony and
As we got to get out of here. Neutral Zone Clone, Lot Boy, and we'll catch you next week.
Tony B here for Pop's Wine and Liquor, Powell, Tennessee's friendliest liquor store. Pop serves North Knoxville with the largest liquor store, offering a wide selection of wines and liquors at the most competitive prices in town. So whether you're looking for the perfect wine for collecting, that special dinner, wedding, party planning, or wine for everyday consumption, Pop's staff will give you the perfect suggestion. David at Pop's Wine and Liquor invites all his Campbell County friends to stop in for the best prices. Only a few minutes drive down I-75 off Emory Road. Pop's Wine and Liquor.
When you're ready to build, remodel, or even build an in-ground pool, just call Billy Paul and say when. Your dreams of a brand new home can come true. All it takes is a call to Billy Paul. 423-912-6899. Now, if you already have your dream home, maybe you'd like an addition or a remodel kitchen, master bath, or bedroom. All it takes is a call to Billy Paul. 423-912-6899. Ever thought about a gift for the entire family? How about an in-ground swimming pool from Paul Construction? That's the answer. All it takes is a call to Billy Paul. 423-912-6899. Billy and his crew have years of experience as well as a long list of satisfied customers. Paul Construction, owned by a former Cougar, Billy Paul.
Paving, sealing, striping. The Boshears paving tradition continues. Parking lots, driveways, playgrounds. The Boshears paving tradition continues. Doug Boshears continues the family tradition of outstanding parking lot, driveway, and playground sealing and paving. The Boshears family began many, many years ago. Now's the time to call Boshears Paving to bring your project to life. Go ahead and give Doug a call right now at 562-2162 or 871-0718.
This is Calvin Tonks with Senior Citizen Insurance, and you're listening to my radio station, 1450 WLAF.
Real Tennessee hickory smoked meats and all the fixins. Got you thinking? Well, if you're thinking like I'm thinking, then you're thinking about KP's Barbecue. Real Tennessee hickory smoked meats and all the fixins. Keith Phillips with KP's Barbecue is ready to cater your next event on the tailgate, at the park, at the church, at the reunion. Get the idea? No event is too big for KP's Barbecue. Did you know that KP's can feed 25 people for a total of $75? Call 423-494-1795. And when Keith gets out from behind the smoker, he'll call you back. 494-1795.
Did you know Holston Gas's 121 School Street across from Jacksboro Middle School has a service tech on call for you 24/7? And did you know Holston can set you up on summer payments so you don't have those big winter heating bills? No matter who you currently use, Holston can trade out that propane tank. And they can fill customer-owned cylinders too. Plus, Holston fills gas grill tanks for just $14. Have you seen their brand new showroom? Check it out today. Call for more information at 562-7596. Holston Gas is across from Jacksboro Middle School.